is good, everyone? My name is Orlando, and we are back for week number 2. Welcome to Friday Night Football. We start with a big-time matchup in Silverton. The 2-0 Foxes ranked second in the 5A coaches poll, hosting Lake Oswego, who's ranked 6th in the 6A poll. So let's get it. A marquee matchup in Marion County, and it's the home team setting the tone. First quarter, Sawyer Teeney slings it to Brody Kenzie. 20 yards later, he's making that house call. Silverton up early. To the second quarter we go. It worked before, so let's run it back. Teeney to Kenzie, another one. 15 yards this time, Silverton up 6, but the Lakers snapped. Hudson Curlin fires it to Liam Davis, and it's showtime for LO. Then Justin Craigwell. Welcome to FNF on KGW. That's good for 45 yards. Lake Oswego rolls to 3-0 on the season. 42-13 the final. Scoreboard, please. Tualatin wins big over South Salem and break out the Sprague Olympians. They win 2 games last year but are already 3-0 in 2024. It's Oregon versus Washington in week number 2. Camas coming south to take on Clackamas. And the Clackamas Cavalier ready to rumble. But it was the Papermakers that did the damage. Jake Davidson to Titan Brody, and he is flying through the defense. 84 yards to the house. Papermakers up 34-6. Then Camas defense getting into the act. Jared Forder with his eyes on the prize. Goes the distance, 61 yards for the pick 6. Camas rolls 48-6 over Clackamas. Let's head down to Pioneer Stadium, Oregon City hosting Mountainside, and a big matchup for both squads. Oregon City Pioneers fired up. The Mountainside Mavericks strike first. Sam Vildahl takes the direct snap, sweeps around the end, 20 yards to the house. Mavericks up 14-0 in the second. The Pioneers didn't just go away, though. End of the first half, Benjamin Schneider with a strike to Keaton Moore right at ya. That pulled Oregon City to within 7, but Mountainside holds on for their first dub of the year. Moore scores, Jesuit takes care of Tigard 42-21. Coach Ken Potter ties the Oregon record for wins at 352. He'll go for the record next week at home against Oregon City. Meantime, Liberty gets past Jefferson 26-22. The Falcons now 2-0. In April of 2021, Aloha beat Beaverton to end the shortened COVID season. It'd be the program's last win for 3 years, until they beat Century last week. In week number 2, the Warriors hosting the Warriors. Cleveland also 1-0. Aloha relying on that ground and pound. Luka Blanchett slashes through the D. That's worth 6 points. Then it's Marquez Martinez Medina plows his way into the crib, and is this what they call Friday Night Lights? My goodness! Aloha starts a winning streak in blowout fashion. They're now 2-0 after a 56-14 victory. Forest Grove visiting Southridge. First quarter, Nolan Hudgens drops a dime to Kyle Fabella. He knows how to keep the feet in bounds, and they're not done. Hudgens at it again. This time that's Jacob Burke. I believe he caught that one on the top floor. Forest Grove, no problems on the road. 35-8, the final. Up in Washington, Heritage snapped their 20-game losing streak with a Week 1 victory. The Timberwolves looking to improve to 2-0 as they host Hudson's Bay. We've got Spirit. How about you? Heritage cheerleaders holding it down. Hudson's Bay, though, jumped out to a first-half lead. That's the sophomore Xavier Lyons crashing into the crib. The Eagles up 10, nada. But Heritage roars back. After a safety, the Timberwolves in business. Emmanuel Daniel slashing his way to pay dirt. Heritage got the 2-point conversion to tie the game at 10 at the half, and then they went off in the second half. Heritage wins. The Timberwolves now 2-0 after a 31-10 victory. More Washington scores. Evergreen has a rough night up in Puyallup, falling to the Vikings. Skyview with a massive win at home, 17-14 over Graham Kapowsin. Two teams who win in different ways. Sherwood led by a suffocating defense, West Linn, a team with nonstop offensive firepower. So something's got to give, right? This is your game of the week. Let's turn it up. How about that energy? Atmosphere, 10 out of 10, immaculate vibes. The Lions Den open for business. Sherwood versus West Linn, two state semifinalists from a season ago. It's Friday the 13th, and it's scary season for the Lions defense on demon time. That's Brett Ronson with the sack. Then it's the four-star corner, Josiah Molden. Oh, that is a man who's a sophomore. The other side of the ball just downright offensive. Scoring touchdowns on every drive in the first half. Danny Whiteman, a nightmare for defenses. 46-yard TD from Bear Gilroy. The 1-2 punch of Vigo Anderson and Will Ingle just feasting on the ground. And how about we turn that frown upside down? It's Smiley! Wyatt Smiley! West Linn, the real deal, shutting out the Bowman 35-0, putting the state on notice in week 2. Perfect afternoon in Northeast Portland. Grant hosting Hood River Valley Generals on the move. Opening drive, Marcus Rouse Jr. to the house. That's how you set the tone. Braden Baker, touchdowns on the menu. That's a wide open Jalen Black. Generals on top 13-0 to the second quarter, and the Eagles flip the script. Davis Parr to Devin Snyder. Hood River Valley cooking. Parr at it again. This time, Nicholas Tuttle rumbles into the crib. Eagles get a 24-13 win on the road. 5A ball, Wilsonville heading over the mountains to Central Oregon, taking on Summit in a playoff rematch. The Summit Marching Band getting a police escort into the stadium. That is big time. The visiting Wildcats weren't messing around, though. Mark Weeper dumps it off to Riddick Mulatori, and he's weaving through the blocking, earning Wilsonville 6 points. All right, let's give some love to the defense and the deep ball. Off the defender! Ben Weeper, right place, right time with the pick. Couple of highlights for the Weeper family. Wilsonville with a dub on the road, 34-7 final. Let's head over to Bend High School for Thursday night action. Canby in Central Oregon to take on the Lava Bears. Canby strikes in the first quarter. Kellen Oliver hits Jackson Doman. And you know what to say. He gone. Cougars up 6-0. But the Bend defense smothered Oliver and his offensive line. Bend holds Canby scoreless in the second half. And a 13-point fourth quarter gives the Lava Bears a 27-14 win.